Tens of millions of jobs have been lost due to the pandemic. Many corporate office workers are suddenly working from home, while blue collar and service workers are having to report to work.
Remote learning and temporary school closures have thrown even more chaos into the mix. Households where working parents and their kids are both suddenly at home, they've reported in our surveys more severe impact of the pandemic than almost every other adult segment, except for the people that have had COVID themselves.
In higher income groups, most road warriors have had their wings clipped temporarily. As they reflect on changes ahead, they retain interest in travel, but more to see the world than to travel for work.
Unlike past economic downturns when sectors like tech and real estate collapsed, at this point, not a lot of people are focused on changing jobs.
Instead, people are prioritizing their relationships. 2/3 want to spend more time with their family, while over half want to socialize more with friends. These interpersonal priorities, focused on the relationships, is what's going to drive change in the workforce.
Yeah. So it was last Friday. I go in, job is very easy. It's just data entry. It's really great, right? It's okay because that's the place I used to work at. So everything's familiar. The people are, the computer system, I know all that. So I'm very comfortable. Mm-hmm. It's been about 3:00 today. A friend of mine let me know that an email went around the office saying that there was a person there who has been in contact with a person who got diagnosed with COVID. They didn't tell us. They told everybody else evidently, but they didn't tell us.
I think the pandemic gave me time, but I think also because I had time, I was like, okay, what are you doing? Why are you? Because of course, there's that fear of change that, it's too much too big of a project to take on. It's daunting. I had all these plans. I had this plan of being able to get promoted by year 3. I had this plan of being able to make this expected amount of salary or in total income by year 2. That's not going to happen because now my business is being impacted.
I just noticed how they're handling situations now. Like the other day, a customer came in, and like I said, we're enforcing like the whole no mask, no service rule. Mm-hmm. But someone came in and someone started helping them, and I was like, and it was one of our managers, and I was like, oh, God, like you're so like against like what you're saying, but then you're like doing what you're trying not to do.
Like it does put some things in perspective of like career options, and I'm like, cool, and I'm at a pivot point. So use this wisely, like use this master's degree wisely. Don't be silly. Don't like think you want some big time corporate job that's going to make you live in a big city. Like you don't want that. The virus is teaching you. Like I have no desire to do that.
I can't get the things that I want or pay off the things that I want by the time I want to pay them off. So now it's time to either start looking at other options, getting a side hustle. And I figured the best way to do so is owning your own thing, owning my own business, getting something that people are going to be doing at the moment. People can't afford to stay in a certain home or a certain area. They're going to be moving. They're going to be downsizing. Okay, this is a perfect time to grab a moving business of your own, get word of mouth, get people out there and be like, hey, I will work for you.
The implications for employers is significant. Your employees want to know you take the pandemic seriously, as well as issues of inequality and social justice. It's not enough to talk about what you're going to do. It's time for action if you want to retain employee trust and loyalty.
And with employees looking to master their own destiny, flexible working policies will be critical for white-collar jobs. If the right talent wants to live in a small town near their family, is it worth passing up the opportunity for great talent? Or will people driven by career growth stick to the office space in order to influence and have face time with their colleagues?
The answer is likely in the middle, and that's going to have an impact on the makeup of our urban and suburban business centers and our housing, influencing housing prices and the shape of communities nationwide.